Hi everybody, welcome in as we get basketball underway here on a Tuesday, last day of 2024. Eastern Florida taking on Northeast Mississippi at a collision of midcourt to turn the ball back over to Northeast. Taking a look at your lineups for both, where Eastern Florida is concerned. Really kind of a diversity in starting lineups, in that Eastern Florida has had a different starting five in each of the 3 ball games, while Northeast Mississippi has stuck with the same five. Battle, Elliott, O'Neal, Baumgart, and Adams beginning things for Eastern Florida. Meanwhile, for Northeast Mississippi, the familiar five of Green, Griffin, Houston, Hawkins, and Kirksey. There's the opening points of the game. It is dropped in long range by Kirksey. And Northeast Mississippi coming in with a 1-1 classic mark, trying to turn the Titans into a winless classic foe. Meanwhile, Eastern Florida, who's had some tough competition, South Georgia Tech, Shelton State, a top 10 ranked team, looking to put one in the win column before heading back to the house. Off the glass, down low. Opening points of the ball game for Elliott. Green able to get it into the hands of Griffin. Opposite side it goes to Hawkins. Hawkins tipped, and then tipped by Adams. Meanwhile, follow-up though good. And Northeast Mississippi with a 3-point early lead in this one. Harvard goes to Elliott. Kim goes to Battle. By the way, we are on the big screen here, but we're also in the speakers, the house speakers here. So when it gets quiet in the arena, I typically get quiet online, just explaining. So if you're wondering, did I go somewhere? I did not. Dropped in by Adams. Down low with the toss, got away from Griffin. And a couple of substitutions coming into the ballgame for Eastern Florida. Titans putting in Marta Vieira. And also checking into the ballgame is Karen Nemo. Well, I was talking about the fact that there has not been a same starting five in each game for Eastern Florida. We've seen Nemo as a starter in a game prior. We've seen Vieira as a starter in a game prior. Nearly taken away by O'Neal. It is creating the turnover, though. Vieira giving it to O'Neal. Too strong with the toss, trying to put it into the hands of Baumgart. O'Neal, dominant force on the boards, snagging the rebound. Battle into the paint. Board snagged by Hawkins. Three games today, and then we wrap it up. Get ready to play basketball, well, elsewhere in the new year, and then back here for the Classic in 2025. And as a matter of fact, our next basketball coverage is here in this gymnasium. Brought in from the far sidelines, put in play to Caitlin Levy, who has checked into the game. Levy to Griffin, back over to Levy. Into the paint, shoots over O'Neal, no good. Rebounded by Griffin. 3 ball from Green, just a little bit short of its mark. And it will stay Northeast Mississippi basketball. Lemme to put it in play. Green from long range. Rebound wrapped up by Nemo, handed over to Adams. Eastern Florida coming into the Classic, ranked in the top 25 with a 12-2 mark, taking on a couple of losses to South Georgia Tech and Shelton State. That'll definitely have an impact on the rankings. Might even bump them out, depending on how other teams in the top 25 have fared. Finn down low to Griffin, and Griffin off the glass. Might be fans who thought the game was going to start at 1 o'clock this afternoon, like the scores table. They thought it was a 1 o'clock game. Had been one on Sunday and Monday, but today a noontime start. As Elliott gets ready to come back into the ball game for the Titans. But that will happen after the media timeout. 7-6, Northeast Mississippi lead. Halfway through one.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Well, I mentioned that maybe the fans forgot that it was a noontime start and not a 1 o'clock beginning because there was your only fan. And, of course, he doesn't look like a fan. And, as a matter of fact, came in with luggage, so he could be an official. Everybody else on this side. And I think part of that may be a fear of being on camera. Had a gentleman tell me he was sitting on this side of the floor today so that he wouldn't become, a picture for our Jumbotron here in the arena. So maybe that's why this side's got more than that side now. Adams with the steal, takes it to the glass. Got the bucket, has an opportunity for another. Vienna coming out of the game, Paddle checking into the contest. Adams shooting. 10 points a game for Adams. 71% free throw shooter. Tipped away and taken away. Adams back to the glass. And that is 5 in a row from Adams. David Finley, our halftime guest. David Finley is the guy that handles the PA. Academic Dean at South Georgia Tech. And we'll chat with him at halftime. Griffin with a walk. Levy checking into the ball game, back in for Northeast Mississippi. By the way, David Finley, who's the PA guy, also made the request that we not have OT today. Had an OT game on Sunday. Did not on Saturday, did not on Monday. And he's just simply saying, hey, can we not today get it done in regulation? Well, we used to call it, don't have an up and down call in basketball at this particular level. It is traveling. Maybe we were the only ones that called it up and down on the playground. Nemo with a miss, rebounded by Griffin. Handed over to Green. And it's Houston on her way to the hoop. Shot missed, rebounded by Young. Giselle Young checking into the ball game, and she'll bring it down the floor for the Titans. Over into the corner to O'Neal. And O'Neal misfiring from inside the elbow. Nemo got the putback. Houston giving it to Griffin. Over it goes to Green. Back to Houston. Topside give. That is Griffin. Drive. Shot off the iron. Rebounded by Battle. Got O'Neal out ahead of the pack. Good pass. Foul is committed, and O'Neal will be heading to the stripe. O'Neal, the best hair in the Classic. Going to the stripe. A 71% free throw shooter, averaging nearly 12 a game. Turns it into a 16-7 contest, 9-point lead for the Titans. Into the corner, Lammy. Lammy out of that corner, stripped away. Paddles got it and got the numbers on the other end of the floor. Double-digit lead with 1:24 to play in the first. O'Neal grabbing the rebound. Outlet goes to Battle. Just touched the rim on the Nemo three. Yeah, there was a blocking foul on O'Neal. O'Neal coming out of the game. Baumgart checking in. Hawkins to put it in play for the baseline. Into the game is Taisha James for Northeast Mississippi. And it's Kirksey with a miss. Battle for the loose ball. And Young trying to get rid of a Tiger. And a Tiger on top of him. John Paul in the possession arrow favoring the Tigers. They will bring it in again from the baseline. Sylvia Ontahagwa coming into the ball game for the Titans. Back over into the corner. Lemme thinking about the three, will send it out front. Hawkins. And then the give to James, who walked with it. And with a half minute remaining in the first, Titans will bring it to the other end of the floor and battle. Left open for the three try, and it's dropped in by Baumgart. And an impressive early lead for Eastern Florida. Kirksey with a miss, battle for the loose ball. Houston tracking it down. Puts up the three, and she'll rattle it in. And that will put it into the stanza, but Eastern Florida with an 11-point lead after 10 minutes of basketball.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Some fellows from Northeast Mississippi handling the broadcast for the Tigers. Sitting up on the platform, overlooking the floor on, I guess that would be maybe the south end. There's that big jumbotron, a little piece of it. That is on both ends of the floor. One quarter in, 21-10. Eastern Florida. Good to have the Tigers crew here, by the way. Coverage available, I would assume, on the Tigers website. Brought down low near the lane from Hawkins and goes to the other side of the paint to Kirksey, and there is a foul that's got Kirksey traveling to the stripe. On the season, Kirksey a 46% free throw shooter, 6.5 per game. Well, Northeast Mississippi got down by 18 to St. Petersburg yesterday and came back and won it. Down big in this one to Eastern Florida, but it's early. Couple of Kirksey misses, but able to get it back are the Tigers, and that eventually winds up out of bounds off Elliott. Griffin coming back into the ball game, and it is Kirksey who goes out. Hey, a reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As Baumgart takes it, gives over to, I think that was Adams. No, that was Elliott. Came here wanting 5,500. Subscribers were about 25 shy of that. Did we get a timeout? I think we just got a substitution. Titans went to the sidelines anticipating a timeout, but instead it's a substitution. And it'll be Northeast Mississippi basketball. Missed by James. And that'll go out of bounds off of Nemo. And I was talking about the subscribers. Need 25 to get to 5,500. And there's, well, we think benefits to being a subscriber. Access to games, interviews, conversations, shows, and more. Polls. The You Decides. Little clips online that allow you to become an official. I mean, not really, but you get to make decisions officials make on the floor. They do it in split time with only one look. You get multiple looks. But we need about 8 subscribers per game to hit the 55. Off the rim for Hawkins. And a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor. Well, I would say the marquee game today is the matchup between South Georgia Tech and Chipola. Last game of the day. The marquee matchups earlier have been those intra top 25 games. 9 and 11 with Shelton State and Chipola on Sunday. 9 and 23 with Shelton State and Eastern Florida on Monday. Of course, there is some unique sidelights to the game coming up. Shelton State and Chattanooga State. The head coaches were teammates at Alabama back in the, I think it was early 90s. Young giving it out to Elliott. Now got a new face on the floor for which we have no number for Eastern Florida. Let's see if we can find one on the online roster. And nope, nothing there either. So somebody wearing a different number because of the different jersey. You know, wearing the blue versus I think the green one day and maybe the white another. Green with a lean in, shot misses, rebound by Griffin, and she'll draw the foul. Griffin getting her first. 62% free throw shooter on a 62.5% free throw shooting Tiger team. Both free throws good. And it's a 12-point game. 3 ball from the corner. No good for Adams. James a little bit behind her with a pass from Griffin. Nemo coming into the game for the Titans. And it is Kirksey who will check in for the Tigers. Travel on the part of Battle. And it'll be Tiger basketball. Tigers looking to pick up their 9th win. Titans looking to win game 13. Green with a miss on the 3 try. Nemo's got it on the other end of the floor. Spins in the paint, banks it off the window. Yeah, we got a 2-for-1 going on. 2 Titan points for every 1 Tiger thus far. Green into the paint. Fires outside to Houston. Houston missing on the perimeter too, just a little bit long. Meanwhile, you got a Tiger and a Titan. A Kirksey and a Battle. Tying up for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball on the possession arrow, giving it to the Titans. Here comes Christina Fulton into the game for the Tigers. Out of bounds off the Tigers. Titans maintain possession. In play to O'Neal. The Orlando product. Stolen away, that is Fulton with a steal. Gives over to Hawkins, other side of the floor. Houston with it. Into the corner to Griffin. Griffin taking a step and a dribble. Shot missed. O'Neal with it. Hands over to Battle. Feeds down the floor and with the Agua fouled by Hawkins. Non-shooting foul. And it'll be brought in from the baseline, but that will be after the media timeout. A little better than halfway through the second. And it's a 28-14 Titan advantage. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch, it's shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. There you go. He said, I wouldn't get him on camera today. Had to prove him wrong. That young man does a lot of behind-the-scenes work. Now he's trying to hide. I don't know if he knows we've got him on camera. But yeah, he works behind the scenes diligently. I'm talking about transporting stats, and filling up coolers, and sweeping the floors, you name it. But I'm not sure that he knew he was on the Jumbotron. So if you see him, tell him we didn't get him on camera. As we're back to the action after the media timeout. Over goes to Nemo. Battle with it. Pretty nifty move by Nemo to create separation between she and Fulton. Missed the shot. Fulton with it. Fed down low to Kirksey, and Kirksey for two. Sent to the other side of the floor. Nemo planting the three. Lost back court. Fulton went to get it. And Vietto committing the foul. Then apparently a little something on the floor that's got to be dabbed up before we resume play. And I would assume, based on the fact that it is a gloved hand, no blood on the floor. So now we'll need to discover who has got the open wound. Need a little hydrogen peroxide. That is confirmation that you got a little blood on the floor. When somebody opens a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, then you know that there is blood to be contended with. Well, basketball is a blood sport. And as a matter of fact, now you've got Ryan looking at other parts of the floor. So while there's a break in action and a search for blood, we'll take a break. A little long with a jumper from Houston, and it's Nemo that's got it going to the other end of the floor. Out front to Battle, gives to O'Neal. O'Neal taking it down low, waited for the Griffin defense to go by, and drops it in for a pair. And you're back to that 2-for-1. And if you can maintain a 2-for-1, you're going to fare pretty well come the end of the ball game. 2 Titan points for every single Tiger one in a 33-16 game with 2:59 to play here in half number 1. Battle of the State, Shelton and Chattanooga coming up. And the day ends with Chipola and South Georgia Tech. O'Neal too strong, rebounded. Vietto going out front to Battle. Battle missing on the 3. And that'll be tipped out of bounds by Griffin. Vietto brings it out front, gives to Battle. And there's a foul on the trip in. Fulton provided the defense. One would assume Fulton the guilty party. She is. Titans bring it in from the baseline. Put in play to O'Neal. It's it over to Nemo. Nemo from outside of the paint. And I think the official indicated an offensive foul. Let's see. He did. Nemo was the guilty party. O'Neal coming out of the game. Baumgart coming in for Eastern Florida. Fulton to Houston, gives into the paint to Kirksey. And Kirksey will draw the foul. Kirksey at the stripe. She will shoot 2. 46% free throw shooter, the freshman. Getting her 8th start of the year. Northeast Mississippi averaging 74 a game. Out of the MA Triple C. Used to be the MAC JC, now the MA Triple C. Took the junior out of the name. Biggest football conference in the NJCAA. I believe about 14 teams. Vieira taking it into the glass. I think they are in Division I. Now don't quote me on this. Division I in basketball. Definitely in football. But I believe in baseball and softball, Division II. O'Neal coming back into the game for the Titans. Also back in is Elliott. And this is becoming familiar territory for Kirksey. Oh for 2 trip to the line, Kirksey. Ball battled for, battle. Apparently fouled by Kirksey, I would assume. And yep, it is Kirksey committing the foul. That is the 3rd team foul in the quarter for the Tigers. Still 2 away from sending a Titan to the line. Then to Baumgart, back to Vieira. Vieira with a miss. Green's got it for the Tigers. Houston steps around O'Neal. Stops at the stripe. Over to Hawkins. That is Green for the corner, and she's got the 3. Vieira with a drive, and Vieira with the 2. Fed outside Houston, thought about the 3, steps in closer. Missing on the 2 try, loose ball, Battles got it. Over to Baumgart, and Baumgart will bank it for 2. And that'll do it for a half of basketball. Your Lady Jets Holiday Classic, its last day. And it's halftime in game number 1. Eastern Florida looking for their first win in the Classic this year, up by 19. David Finley's our guest today at halftime. A conversation with David just about a minute away. It is becoming a tradition at halftime at some point to have David Finley with us. How you doing, David?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing good as well. All right, you are renowned for your PA work at basketball games there at South Georgia Tech, but you've actually got another job that maybe pays a little better, and probably what brought you to South Georgia Tech to begin with. So let's talk about it first. Academic dean, what all is involved with being an academic dean at South Georgia Tech?
I like to tell people that academic deans are the grease between the instructors and the higher administration. That seems to be true. We're also the grease between the instructors and the students. So we work for just about everybody on campus.
Now, as an academic dean, do you get like alerts when a student's grade maybe reaches a certain level or drops to a certain level, or is it more of a manual thing where you are researching those kind of things?
It's actually both. Some classes I have, like I'm over the John Deere Ag Tech program, and I've asked the instructors of our core classes, when the students are taking English, math, psychology, I ask those instructors to let me know so I can let the dealers know, and hopefully between the dealers, the core teachers, the ag teachers, and myself, we can get that student some redirection and help. But for other programs that are not partnership programs, usually at this time of the year, we'll start hearing grade appeals and seeing what we can do to help students out with that.
So that is that what originally brought you to South Georgia Tech? I mean, or was it another area of education first?
Well, I came on campus in 1992, worked for Aramark, and I started to run the cafeteria here in August of 92. And then April of 97, I started teaching culinary arts part-time as an adjunct instructor. And I started with 4 students. And when I got to 30 students in 2 years, the president, John Johnson, at the time, asked me to come on full-time. And we built that culinary arts program into one of the best in the state. And it's been recognized nationally too as a great place to learn culinary arts. So I did that from 1999 to 2015 when I took over as an academic dean here.
Is that now? I'm an outsider with very limited knowledge on all kinds of stuff, but academics and education in particular. But is that kind of a normal process? I mean, from adjunct to culinary arts and now to academic dean, is that unusual?
That's not unusual at South Georgia Tech. We like to look after and look out for our own people. We're a big family out here. And we like to help people succeed if that's what they want to do. I'm not close to retirement age, but I can see it down the road in about 5 or 6 years. And so I'm already looking at some instructors now that would be great to fill my job and to continue the great work that we've done. As I tell my instructors, I've got a great group of men and women that really care about the students. They go the extra mile for the students. They, they're great in what they do, and I'm just proud to be part of their team.
I was sitting here when you first said you joined the staff there as an adjunct in 1992. If my math skills are right, that's about 32 years ago. So with, as you mentioned, 6-7 years remaining, do you see yourself staying as an academic dean, or is there some other level or education that you'd like to achieve before retiring?
Well, I earned my doctorate from UGA in 2015. So there's no more education I want other than whatever life has to educate me on. But I serve the college. Got hospitality in my blood. So wherever the college needs me is where I'll go. Right now, they need me as an academic dean, and I am more than happy to serve in that capacity and to try to make South Georgia Tech the best place for students to get educated, for teachers to educate, and for administrators to shine throughout the state. And that's what I see my job as here.
See, I've already learned today. I did not realize that you were a doctor, so now I'm going to have to call you Dr. Finley, right, instead of David Finley.
It doesn't matter. There are a lot of doctors. When we were going through doctoral classes, our instructors were all EDs and PhDs, and they had us call them by their first name. They weren't strict on doctors. If I ever tell you it's Dr. Finley, it's because you have upset me. So,
I'm going to be watching for that then.
Yeah, I don't get hung up on the title.
All right, let's talk about music, PA there at South Georgia Tech. You're the guy. I mean, man, when you hear a national anthem, when you hear the pregame, halftime, postgame music, and even during the game, music as well, that's you. How did that come to be?
When Coach Stephen Wright was here, he and Coach Brandon Harrell asked me to fill in. And I just, like I do as an academic dean, I said, okay. And my music, I grew up when I was 14, I started singing barbershop quartet music with a barbershop quartet chorus. And my music background is not what kids today like. I'm stuck in the 70s and 80s, very few 90s. My adult children said, Daddy, we got to get you onto Apple Music so you can play some hits. So we're going to try that out this year. I just hope everything's clean. But I like the oldies. I've had a lot of we had hosted a tournament this last weekend, and someone from Albany Tech told me they love coming here because I play great music. But we have fun with it. Right now it's Christmas time, so I'm playing Christmas music during timeouts. And I've updated that a little bit. So my children are dragging me into the 2020s, kicking and screaming all the way, but that's what we got to do.
Well, let me say, too, that I thoroughly enjoy the music. I'm a 70s guy, too. Yeah. 70s, maybe the early 80s, touch the 80s. So some great music there. And I get to the kids. My daughter had control on a 9-hour trip of the music, and it was rough.
Well, and the girls have given me a warm-up list that's on YouTube. And I played that the first time this last weekend, and okay, if that's what they want, and if it helps them win, whatever helps them win, I'm willing to try.
All right, I want you to take me down memory lane. The first time that you played the melancholy music when somebody fouled out, what prompted that, and what was the reaction?
I had gone with the school to Kansas City. We take students to Skills USA competitions every year, and the Nationals were in Kansas City, and they had a skills night at a Royals game. And when the opposing pitcher got pulled, they played a Family Guy clip where Stewie is saying, "Hey, Brian, play the music from The Incredible Hulk." And he put his backpack on and hitchhiked like David Manner did at the end of every episode with Bill Bixby. back in the 70s, of course. And I thought that was pretty neat. If I ever get a chance, that's what I'm going to do. And I went out and found it, and paid 99 cents for it. So whenever an opposing team member fouls out, I play the you have to hitchhike off the court music. So that's what that's all about.
Now, are you always kind of unconsciously in search of new material to add, kind of like that?
Oh yeah, I have it called in a list called trolling music. So in that I've got the Beatles' "Cry Baby Cry," "Make Your Mother Sigh," and I've got REM's "Everybody Hurts." I've been told that when I play that, the YouTube feed stops because REM won't let their music be played on YouTube. So I don't play that one very often.
Well, let me attest to the fact that it adds to the atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere there, and the music plays a big role. There was new equipment installed about a year ago, and the quality has been enhanced greatly as far as the sound system. Did you play a role in selecting the sound?
No, that was above my pay grade, but like I said, I'm happy. Not only am I doing music, but I'm also trying to run the electronic screen now and keep up with plays. And we're going to get a class one day on how to develop new slides for that and how to put up animated slides. It'd be great to have Santa Claus dunking a basketball or shooting a three or something like that. So, but yeah, they've added that to me. And so I'm doing the music, audio and visual now. So.
Well, you do a great job. Dr. David Finley, great to have you as our halftime guest. Thank you for all you do in enhancing. I mean, a ball game is a ball game, but music and PA can add just some electricity to the atmosphere, and you do that, and we appreciate it.
Well, thanks. And thanks for all you do for us. It's a great thing to be able to have our games out there on JockJive.
It is our pleasure to do them. David Finley, thanks for being our guest.
Thank you.
Second half action gets underway. Eastern Florida with the 19-point lead as it is stolen away and laid in by Elliott, and the lead will go to 21. But Northeastern Mississippi no stranger to big leads from the opponents. They overcame a big lead yesterday to knock off St. Petersburg. Nearly overcame a big lead against Daytona State. Wound up losing by 4. But the first 2 buckets of the second half belonging to the Titans. And a lead growing to 23. And got a foul called on Kirksey. I checked that. That'll go on Griffin. So Griffin committing the personal. Take a look at the starters in the second half. For the Titans, it is Battle, O'Neal, Elliott, Baumgart, and Adams. That's the same 5 that began the ball game. And where Northeastern Mississippi is concerned, you've got the same starting 5 on the floor again, too. Green, Griffin, Houston, Hawkins, and Kirksey. Well, you saw some of the team numbers at halftime. Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers. Big first half for Nemo. Did not start the game, had about 13 minutes of action. But did she forevermore take advantage of it? 12 points, 5 rebounds, leading in both categories. The assist leader was Adams with a couple. Most time on the floor was Battle with 16 minutes, 38 seconds. And the Titans with potential foul issues. Nemo, Adams, and Young with 2 each. And going to the stripe is Houston, who is the leading scorer for the Tigers in the first half, with a total of 7 points. Houston did not make a first half trip to the stripe. And makes her first to the line here at the 7:59 mark in quarter number 3. She the top scorer for the Tigers in the first half. The top rebounder, Griffin, with 5. The assist leader was also Houston with 2. And she stayed on the floor longer than any other Tiger. Foul issues for the Tigers. The only one with 2 is Fulton. Bench scoring, not a point for the Tigers from their bench. Meanwhile, for Eastern Florida, 18. And the bulk of the 18 from Nemo. Points off turnovers, 20 for the Titans and 3 for the Tigers. 3-pointer off the rim for Hawkins. Green able to track it down. In the paint, feeds to Hawkins, and Hawkins knocks it down for 2. Largest first half lead, 19 for Eastern Florida. 3 lead changes, no ties. Battle dropping in the 3. Longest first half run for Northeast, a 4-0 run. And the biggest one for the Titans, a 20-3 run. And there you have it, first half stats. Into the corner to Adams, trying to get a pass to O'Neal. Slapped out of bounds by Griffin. Nemo into the game. Viadra checking in 2 for the Titans. Battle and Adams coming out. And of course, as I mentioned, the big game as far as the first half concerned, Nemo. 12 points in the contest. Baumgart attracting the Hawkins foul. And you're scoring by quarter in the first half, by the way. Titans with 21 in the first, 18 in the second. A consistent 10 from Northeast. Nehemiah Davis coming into the game for the Tigers. I believe that is the first we have seen of Davis. Yep, she did not play in the first half. Over to Green, fed down low. Levy in. Puts it in from 4 feet out. Vieira and a walk. That'll be Elliott with a walk. Young coming into the ball game for the Titans. Out will go Baumgart. Hawkins with the spin move in the paint, hands it over to Levy. Davis has got it back to Levy in the corner. Shoots the three. Off the side of the backboard, Hawkins. Back to the glass. Rebounded by Young. Kicks it over to Nemo. And Nemo just a little strong with the three, out of bounds. And got, well, apparently it was off of Nemo. Did not touch a Tiger on the way out. It'll be Tiger basketball, a 24-point Titan lead. Picking up the dribble, Hawkins goes over to Davis. Back to Hawkins, works away into the corner. Green putting up the three, she's got it. Piano trying to respond with a three of her own. Put back by Young, not there. Green turning the corner and going the other way. Into the paint, leans in with one hand, not there. Put back, it is swatted away by Young, but Young apparently got some body on Green, and Green will head to the strike, but it will be after the media timeout. 4:16 to go. Quarter number 3. New Year's Eve. Just a few hours left in 24.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Tough job. He's had a day of transporting water and training, and you gotta have a break every now and then. .416 to go, quarter number 3. Tigers and Titans. Next matchup, we'll have the Tigers and Bucks. And the final matchup will pit the Indians against the Jets. And another great classic here between Christmas and New Year's at the Hangar in Americas. Couple of free throws for Green to make it a 50-31 game. Elliott back into the contest for the Titans. Baumgart back in too. Nemo's had the hot hand, stays in as well. Vieira giving it out front to Elliott. And also back into the game is Otahagwa. Shot clock dwindling. Missing iron is Elliott, and it will be Tiger basketball. Put in play by Houston. On the opposite end of the floor and gives it to Hawkins. The inside 4 to play. Nemo with 15. Launches another 3. And Nemo in the first half went 2 for 7 from behind the arc. Trying to match it on the other end of the floor is Hawkins. Put back. Not there for Griffin. Otahagwa with it. Gives it over to Vieira. Spin move in the paint, and Green will knock down Vieira and pick up the personal. Kirksey back into the game for the Tigers. Out will go Griffin. Green coming out of the game, and Levy checking back in as well. Vieira 6 points a game. Hitting from the stripe to make it a 55-31 game with 2:49 to play. Corner number 3. Over to Levy, thinking about the 3 into the corner to Davis. Hawkins able to come up with the ball, popped by Baumgart and then stolen away by Otahagwa. Nice block by Hawkins. Levy to Houston. And Houston not able to get it over the trees. Still in Tiger hands though. Davis nibbles the rim, not there. Otahagwa coming out with the rebound, and Davis will foul her. So the Titans put it in play from the opposite end of the floor as we near 2 minutes left in the third. Into the corner to Nemo. And Nemo will stick it right between the rim and the window. We've got a tall official. Able to use that height and that jumping ability to free the basketball. Battle putting it in play to Otahagwa. Comes out front, fires over to Nemo, and Nemo says, I'm feeling it. That is three-pointer number 4 for Nemo. 18 in the game. I think our highest point production from a single player this Classic has been just a tad over 20 from Daniel of Chipola. But Nemo's knocking on that door with 18. Pantalevy backs it out, a minute 17 to go. To the glass, a little bit strong. And I think Battle might have been trying to block out a little too aggressively. Nope. Apparently she was just trying to respond to somebody else trying to block out, and that was Kirksey. Or how about Houston? Jimenez into the ball game. We have figured out who number 3 belongs to. Listed on the roster as number 10, Claudia Piedro Jimenez. But donning number 3 today. Coming into the game, Jimenez in the first half with a minute 40 on the floor. Davis with the rebound. And she will walk. Piedra back into the ball game. Otahagua coming out. And a number of changes for the Tigers. James has come into the game. Green is back into the game. And Griffin too. Levy winding up on the hardwood over in the corner. And apparently put there by a Titan. That Titan is Otahagua. Levy, the sophomore, 69% free throw shooter. 8.5 points a game. 1 of 2 in Vienna with the board. Excellent ball movement. Otahagua getting the bucket after the 3 passes that put her there. Back over it goes to Green. Down low with the feed, and that will go out of bounds. And send us to the 4th in a 60-32 game. Titans looking to win their 13th of the year and their first here. Well, we had a lone gentleman fan, I think, in the first half there. It's not quite as lonely. A few more fans trickling in on this, the last day of 2024. And expecting, obviously, the crowd to pick up through the course of the day, especially when you get to the 4 p.m. game. And that is when South Georgia Tech and Chipola, the home team and the 11th ranked team in the country, will meet. Fourth quarter underway, a 28-point advantage belonging to Eastern Florida. I mentioned earlier that Northeast Mississippi has overcome some big leads, some double-digit advantages. Haven't been down by 28, though, going into the fourth. This is a much taller task. Vieta kicking it to Otahangwa. That is Elliott. Houston drawing the foul. That is foul number 3 on O'Neal, sending Houston to the strike. 75% free throw shooter. Did not make a first half trip to the line. And this is her second venture there in the second half and hits both. It is tipped, nearly taken away, but Titans able to keep it. And then Elliott able to get ahead of the Tigers and drop it in for 2. And push that lead again to 28. So a minute's gone by, and granted it was a tall task to begin with, but now a minute's gone by, and Tigers haven't been able to take a bite out of the lead. So you're working with limited time to start the quarter, and more so now, Lemmy laying it in. Well, how about a 24-point lead? Given to Vieira, kicks it over to Jimenez. Too strong with a 3. Able to grab the rebound, Houston. And apparently Jimenez took a shot to the eye. Well, with the injury timeout, let's break.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Well, they are still working on the injury to Jimenez, who took an elbow to the eye. Taking a look at the replay, it just looks like it was totally incidental. And apparently just a little bit of an elbow going back. And then it just caught her in that bad part of the cheekbone area. And then Jimenez giving a thumbs up that she's okay. Letting teammates know, hey, I'm fine. Might take a stitch or two to get everything closed up and good to go, but good to see the thumbs up. And obviously we wish her well, and we know she'll be back on the floor shortly. Well, let's see if you can see on the replay what might have happened. Well, she, again, bringing it back. Just that incidental contact. Resulting in the apparent, I'm assuming now, again, this is just me speculating from this vantage point, that it was just that area where you've got the skin and not a whole lot more on the cheekbone. And that's why you've got a medical trainer here on staff for situations such as that. And a great job by Bryant, quickly responding. I mean, heck, with anything, the quicker you respond, the quicker the recovery time, the better the healing process. Got a shot clock violation. Out front to Houston, over goes to Hawkins, feeds into the corner. Levy putting up the three. Draws higher, Nemo with it. Into the corner to Adams. Nemo, top side, give goes to O'Neal. O'Neal picking up the dribble, top side give to Elliott. 22-point lead, 6:44 to go. O'Neal with 2 on the shot clock, rebounded by Levy. Green short. O'Neal takes it. Goes over to Adams. Nemo hit into the stripe, needing a couple of points to hit 20. I see up in the hospitality suite, the big screen, and almost forgot there's college football today. Big college football games today. Bowl games and playoff games. And Houston taking a shot for the year. And now you've got Houston injured. Took a shot to the head and now in pain with 6:05 to go. Well, it was only about 2 minutes ago that Jimenez took a shot to the eye and had to come out of the ball game, apparently slicing a spot there below the eye and on the cheekbone. And now Houston taking a shot to the head. And that is trainer Brian, who is back working with Jimenez and now is working on Houston. So some fairly serious injuries here in this one, and Houston is finally on her feet and actually looked a little wobbly after taking the shot to the head, which makes you wonder about a concussion protocol and whether that will be part of the process before she's allowed back onto the floor as well. It is getting full back there as Jimenez is already in sick bay, and now Houston coming out of the game too. And I think that is Terry Battle, the associate AD, now saying, hey, there's a little blood here we need to tend to before resuming play. Well, apparently some more blood. Well, there's some more. Well, there's another spot that Terry's working on, and yet another. So it may be a little while before we resume play. And I think the official was about to start play, going, well, okay, let's begin things, and then looked over and saw that Terry was working on the blood on the floor. All right, we think we've gotten it all. We think Terry has managed to dam up the blood, and we're back to the basketball. As it is put in play to Hawkins. Let's see if we can get through the final 6:05 without another injury. Both teams have lost one to injury. Jimenez coming out for the Titans, and Houston leaving for the Tigers. Off the rim for Green, tracked down by Davis. Over and goes to Green. And she'll bank it off the glass. Not sure why, but we're going to restart this. It has gotten a little discombobulated here in the fourth. In play to O'Neal. Baumgart sending it out front to Adams. Elliott out of the corner, puts it on the floor near the timeline. Nemo giving it back to Adams. And Adams in the paint created the opening, couldn't get her to fall. Hawkins, I think that Fulton with the rebound. And Elliott running into our railing. Well, what else is going to happen on the last day of 24?
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Four minutes, 49 seconds left to play in this one. What a fourth this has been. The injury to Jimenez. The injury to Houston, and there you got a torn up, I don't know if you call that railing. But Elliott had to run into it, trying to track down a ball, and yeah, we're going to do some repair work on the railing. Let's see what else happens in the fourth. Fulton with a nice move, dropping it in from the right side. And there was a travel from Adams. Green with it, top side. Working it into the paint, gives over to Fulton. Fulton just inside the lane, shot missed. It is rebounded by Elliott. Over to Baumgart. Into the corner. Adams off the rim for three. Tipped out. Taken away, though, by Levy. Levy with a miss underneath. Green able to come up with a board. Feeds to Fulton. Fulton will give to Hawkins, and Hawkins with a perimeter two. Laid in from the left side by Adams. Hawkins to Fulton. Shot clock into single digits. And Fulton coaxing it over the rim. Tips out of bounds by Levy. O'Neal coming out of the game for the Titans, and Vieira checking back in. Dribble lost, and is retrieved by Fulton. Baumgart with the defense, Baumgart with the rebound, got a jump ball. And the possession arrow will take us to the Titan end of the floor. That'll drop in for Elliott. And Green will commit the foul with an opportunity for Elliott to convert the three. In and out, Griffin. Couple of minutes to play. Game running a little behind because of injuries. We have had two rather lengthy injuries that lengthened the game by about 10 minutes. Stolen away by Green, missed the shot. Fulton skies in for the rebound. Couldn't get the putback. Baumgart with it. Gives to Vieira. Tigers have been able to trim some off that lead, but it was just too much coming into the fourth. .28 coming into the fourth. 11 taken off that lead. But a 67-50 advantage for the Titans with 1:15 to go. And Nemo will go over 20 in the game. Eastern Florida about to pick up their first win of the Classic. 13th of the year. And a timeout on the floor. It is called for by Eastern Florida. Less than a minute to go. And a 19-point Titan advantage. Well, she was doing a little dance step a little bit earlier than Shelton State. Over in the corner, getting ready to take on Chattanooga State. As I mentioned, an interesting sidelight to the game is a meeting between two former teammates. Stacy Franklin, head coach now at Chattanooga State, and obviously Madonna Thompson, longtime coach for Shelton State. They were teammates back at the University of Alabama. And they will be opponents in the game upcoming. Chattanooga State and Shelton State. Head over to Elliott, given to Viera. And there was a jump ball, and we'll go to the Tiger end of the floor. Stolen away by Adams. And Nemo may have had a serious injury. Man, let's hope not. She is down on the other end of the floor. More trying to plant that foot. And did it hurt a knee or did it hurt an ankle? Let's hope if there is one of the two, the pick is the ankle. It has been a injury-plagued fourth. Titans losing Jimenez to an injury. Now their leading scorer and rebounder in this one, Nemo. Well, it's good to see a little more weight on that leg and foot with each step over to the sidelines. That's a good sign. Eight seconds remaining. And I think the Titans are like, okay, let's just hold on to the ball and let time run out and let's get this game over. It has been injury plagued in the fourth, a 69-52 final score. And Eastern Florida has picked up their first win on the Classic, 13th of the year. Northeast Mississippi falling to 8-6 on the season, 1-2 in Classic play. And there's your final for Game 1. Game 2, Shelton and Chattanooga. The two states meeting in about 20 minutes. We will see you then.